Hey Crestwood, happy Wednesday to you. What a beautiful day it is, and hope you get a chance to enjoy it. I love this season of spring, new life all around us, and just soaking in all the blessings of God. Hope you are doing that as well. I'm honored to bring you this devotional for this Wednesday, April 22nd. So if you were with us on Sunday, either in person or joining us virtually, you got to experience the joy of Baptism Sunday. What a beautiful, glorious day it was to celebrate these 8 youth who were baptized, 1 youth who confirmed her baptism, to celebrate with them as they entered the waters of baptism or as they confirmed the promises that were made on their behalf. I just love Baptism Sunday. It just exudes joy. The sanctuary just overflows with God's Spirit. But this Sunday wasn't great for a couple reasons. Number one, I got here early Sunday morning and the water was ice cold. I was told that the heater may not work in heating up the water in the baptistry, and sure enough, it didn't. So thanks to a couple very, very helpful folks who jumped in, we did a bucket brigade of about 28 buckets of scalding hot water from the kitchen and chalice hall to the baptistry, filling it 1 bucket at a time to try to raise the water temperature. It got from 62 degrees to 75 degrees, which is manageable. My legs went numb after the 3rd baptism, so it didn't really matter anyway, but that worked. But that put me on high stress level all Sunday morning, worrying about, was this experience going to be a good one for the kids? I didn't want them to remember their baptisms because the water was cold. I wanted them to remember their baptisms because of the joy of the day. So I was really highly stressed. And at our baptism breakfast that we had before the worship service, one of our workers came to me with a question she had about something going on in the service. And she was a bit on edge because this was something she felt like she should have known about, and she didn't. And I was a bit on edge because I felt like this was something she didn't need to know about. And so that's why she wasn't told that. And my response to her was not the way I should have responded. It was not very pastoral. It was not very gracious. Because of the anxiety I was already experiencing because of what was going on with the water, I responded to her much more tersely than I should have. And as soon as that interaction was over, I felt bad about it. And it just kind of sat in my chest the whole worship service. And so I wanted to make sure after worship I sought her out and apologized for my behavior, because that's not a way I should have responded to her. There were other people around who heard our exchange. I hope it didn't come across as harshly as it felt like it did when I was saying it. And so after Baptism Sunday, people are starting to leave. I see her and we make eye contact and we both sort of make a beeline for each other. And it's like neither of us could apologize to the other fast enough. We both started with, "Oh, look, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to respond that way. No, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have come at you like that. No, I'm so sorry. That was inappropriate." And we were just tripping over each other, apologizing to each other. And at the end, I said, "Can I just give you a big hug?" And I gave her a big hug, and all was right between us. And I was so appreciative of her for her willingness to not only offer an apology, but to receive my apology and my request for forgiveness. And I thought, there are so many other places in my life where I'm struggling with people who don't take accountability for their actions, people who won't just step up and say, "You know what, my bad, shouldn't have done that. Please forgive me. I'm human. I apologize." It seems like either people aren't willing to do that, or when we are willing to do that, that can be used against us. And so for me, along with the baptisms, this was just the highlight of the morning for me. This moment when these 2 flawed, faithful human beings who could have inadvertently hurt each other come together and just start with the words, "I'm sorry." How would our world, how would our lives be different if we started some of our conversations with, "I'm sorry"? We weren't trying to defend it. We weren't trying to make excuses. We just said, "I'm sorry." Peter asked Jesus, "How often do I have to forgive somebody? Do I have to forgive them as much as 7 times? And Jesus is like, "No, it's 7 times, 70 times." Sunday's interaction is one that's going to stick with me for the rest of my ministry career, because I will remember how quickly both of us, but especially her, was willing to say, "I'm sorry." When she could have been really mad at me as the pastor for responding that way, she started with, "I'm sorry." Crestwood, I would encourage you to look around your life today. Is there a conversation you need to have with someone that starts with you saying, I'm sorry? It could change your day. It could change your life. God bless you, Crestwood.